Hey guys, what's up? It's Daniel with TrailofMountain.com, and today I'm testing and reviewing the Boreas Buttermilks 55L multi-day backpack. And it's from a company called Boreas. Here's their website right here. Definitely want to make sure you check these guys out. These guys are making some pretty nice backpacks of all shapes and sizes, as well as some nice tents, so definitely worth a look at. Alright, so here it is right here. This is the Boreas, this is the Buttermilks 55L pack. And this thing is chock full of features. It is a roll top. The back panel here, kind of move over just so you can kind of see it. I'll move the shoulder straps out of the way. The back panel is this really breathable EVA foam. It's almost like, it almost feels like memory foam. It's very, very comfortable, and it's really nicely contoured. So it's definitely going to help with the shape of the back, you know, around your spine, natural curves. That padding, same padding goes around the hip belt as well. And you can see the mesh here, so that's really going to increase the amount of breathability that this pack offers, as well as, you know, you're hiking around, you're on mile days, and, you know, your back is just suffering, and your hips are, you know, hurting, your legs are hurting, you're tired, whatever, but the last thing you want is a soaking wet back. Not to mention, all that sweat gets soaked into the backpack, and if you have anything on the inside of the pack on that panel, you know, more than likely that stuff's getting wet from your sweat, which is going to make stuff gross. This is going to dry instantly. As soon as the air hits it, which has tons of room for air to flow through and really dry off, it's really going to help you be way more comfortable on the trail, which speaks volumes. I mean, that kind of stuff is what you want in a backpack. The shoulder straps are very well padded as well, and you can tell the Boreas logo right here built into the foam, which is great. Shoulder straps are breathable, and the sternum strap is also adjustable. I'll get to that in a second. On the top here, on the load levelers, right for the shoulder straps, you have these Hypalon thumb hoops. And what you do is basically you grab these and you pull these down instead of just grab it on here, which you can, but when you use the thumb hoops, God, it's just so nice. You know, I don't know if you ever used these before, but I have, and I love when I see companies doing this with a backpack. It just makes it more comfortable when you're adjusting everything and getting your pack all dialed in. It does have a nice little grab handle right here, so when you're getting this pack on, you know, you're just going to throw it over your shoulder. Great way to hold it right there. It's also a perfect way to store it. Now, if you notice the hip belt here, the hip belt it's curved. I don't know if you can see that, but the hip belt is curved. Just like that. Most packs are like this too, but I kind of give you like that. So this way you can kind of see how the bottom of the pack is. On the side here, it does have twin side stretchy pockets, and these are big pockets. I mean, you can put easily a water bottle or two in there, or your, you know, water filter. You can all kinds of stuff. An extra layer can fit in there. There's a ton of stuff that you can fit in there. What's cool about that though is that I'll leave it on that one, but I'll show you on this one. On the side here, when you have your side compression straps, which you cinch down, you kind of lose that pocket. But what Boreas did here is, and I've seen other companies do this as well, is they actually made a pass-through right in here. So you can actually pass the strap through, and this way you can still cinch down your gear and not lose the pocket. And that's what I did over here. The strap is right in here. It's right there. So you can really cinch down your gear, and then you're not going to lose the side pockets, which is great. So if you don't have a bunch of stuff in the side pockets, it's not a big deal. You can just cinch it down and be done with it. But if you do, or you want those side pockets for gear, you have multiple options, which is fantastic. I love when companies do this. The outside here has this really large, stretchy mesh pocket that, I mean, pretty much engulfs my whole arm. It does have a Boreas logo at the bottom here, and it does have a nice little hole right here, so if there's anything in here that's wet, it can drain. But this is stretchy material, really nice. And one thing that I really enjoy about Boreas's packs is that, you know, you're just like, oh, there's no daisy chain. But there is, and Boreas hides it, and they do a really good job at hiding it. You have your straps at the bottom here, so that's for your, you know, ice axe loops or tool loops or whatever you want to call them, but they tuck in to here, and you don't even see them, and it's more of like an accent color. You're like, oh wow, look at the little blue accent color, but when you really look deeper, you're like, oh wow, I got daisy chains all over the outside of the pack here, so I can, you know, lash additional gear to the outside of the pack if I need it. If I don't need it, then awesome, but it's there. So it does have twin bungees on either side, and that's really for your, you know, external gear. You can store that, or you can put in your trekking poles on either side of the pack. Very, very well built pack, and twin pockets on the hip belt. The hip belt pockets are not massive, but they are big enough. I mean, you could put your, I'll see if I can fit my iPhone 6 Plus in there. I'm not sure yet. I haven't tried it. But, keys or granola bar, you have two pockets. A small point and shoot camera you could fit in here. No big deal. On the top section, the actual closure, so there's this nice little flap, and then you have this, which opens up, and you have this this little guy right here. So you basically just pull that, and that releases your drawstring. Just a different design. And I just have a pillow stuffed in here for right now, but this is one big pocket on the inside. Now I'm going to move the camera down just so you can kind of see. I'm going to put it on the ground. So as for the pack itself, on the bottom side here, or on the front of the pack rather, there's your big stretchy pocket. There's also another pocket in here. And this pocket is, decent. It's like this big. So it can definitely hold a bunch of other stuff you want to get to in a hurry, like maybe a water filter or an extra base layer or something like that. Something that you want to just kind of stuff in here. So you have plenty of room, multiple options, which I love. Nice little zipper pulls, so that makes things a lot easier. And on the inside here, as I said, I just have a pillow inside here, but this is one big pocket. On the inside here is your hydration sleeve right there. And you have a nice little buckle system set up for your hydration bladder. So you can hang your bladder. Makes things so much easier when you're getting your bladder in your pack. So that'll keep it all upright. And then this zipper right here opens up. And then in here is what houses the frame sheet. Now what makes this pack unique is that you can actually take the frame sheet out completely out of the pack to save weight. So here's the frame sheet right here. It does have this nice little hard plastic, it's a composite material and Boreas logo all the way through. And what's cool about that is if you don't want to bring it, you don't want to save the, you want to save the extra weight, you could just leave this at home. But if you're in like a snow situation, this would be a great, shovel, where you can, because this is tough. I mean, this thing is, it has some spring to it. It does have a nice little bar that goes around the outside here to really keep the shape. But, you can easily use this as a shovel in case of emergency. When you're ready, you just get it back in this little sleeve. And just shove it back in there. Once that's in place, you zip it closed, and then you're back to square one again. So once you get your gear in here, you can kind of just roll this, like that. You get this little flap that folds over, it keeps it all secure. Buckle it, and you're done. This thing's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to open up on you. Secure that strap to here. That'll hold everything solid there, and then there it is. So when you're ready, you basically just pop this bad boy on, flip it over, get it all set to where you want it. Get your hip belt buckled. Once that's buckled, work on your sternum strap, which is totally adjustable. One thing I really enjoy as well, and a lot of companies are doing away with this, emergency whistle. So you have an emergency whistle just in case. And this is what I'm talking about with the loops for the load levelers on top. You basically put your thumbs in here, and you just kind of pull that down. Now granted, you can just grab the straps and do it that way too, but the thumbs feel better for me. It's more natural. Get this thing all dialed in the way you want it. Secure your shoulder straps down, and there it is. There's your pack, all set up, ready to go. 55-liter internal frame backpack, multi-day, multiple features, and a great comfortable pack. And you can just kind of see the way it contours the shape of the back. There's these little loops right here. Now sometimes you would just kind of grab the buckle and kind of loosen it. The way Boreas does it is you grab these straps, these little hoops right here, you just kind of pull them apart just like that, and your hip belt comes apart easy. And I do mean easy. When you want this thing secured, secure it down nice and tight. When you want the straps to be loosened up, easy. Super nice. I like the way Boreas did that. So your sternum strap here, you can move it up and down depending on where you need it. Some people want it way up high. I like it, across the chest, a little bit loose. Just kind of keeps everything all even, nice and even. I like it. So once again, Boreas Buttermilks 55-liter. So I'll do a follow-up review. We're going to go to Yosemite here in a couple months, and I'll do a follow-up review on this pack. I'll show you how I pack it, what I'm bringing, and then I'll do a follow-up review and shoot some video in real time of me actually using the pack and give you my final thoughts. The side pockets here, I have my iPhone 6 Plus. It does not fit my 6 Plus. It's too big. So that being said, if it was a smaller iPhone like a 6 or maybe the 5 SE or definitely a 4 or some of the smaller Galaxies, would definitely fit. On this hip pocket right here, when I first got it out of the packaging, I was like, wow, there's something in here that's kind of weird. So open it up, and I got this little ball in here. And this ball has its own little stuff sack. And what's in here, you probably already guessed, is a full-on elastic rain cover. So that being the case, now you have a full cover to keep your entire backpack, dry in case it does. In case you do run into some kind of inclement weather, and you're like, oh crap, I don't have a pack cover with me. It comes with it. You can kind of just stuff that into your pack. You can leave it in the waist pocket, the hip pocket here. I wouldn't keep it in there just because I like the hip pockets to be used for something else, like a small camera or granola bar or something I want to get to in a hurry, maybe some trail mix or something. But this is a great pack, and I like that it has a little stretchy pack cover. Those things are priceless. It's the little things really that make a difference when you have a nice pack. So when you're all done, kind of just compresses all down. It's like the size of a baseball. You just kind of toss it in your pack, and you always have it with you just in case you run into some kind of inclement weather. These kind of things are priceless on the trail. All right, guys, so that's my review of the Buttermilks 55L multi-day pack from Boreas. As I said, this is from Boreas Gear. Here's their website right here. Definitely want to make sure you check these guys out. These guys are making some really nice backpacks in all shapes and sizes, as well as some nice tents. You may have seen my review on the Boreas Tiago 2-person tent. It's a white tent. That's pretty, game-changing. When's the last time you saw a white tent? Really? White? So other than that, great company. They make a lot of cool, unique products, so definitely worth a look at. If you guys have any questions or comments, I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about this pack. Please leave those down in my comment section down below, and I will get back to you as quickly as I can. Also, too, please like, share, and subscribe. Here's a like button right down here. Give this video a thumbs up for me if you found it informative, of course, and subscribe. Here's the subscribe button right here. When you click on that, you're going to stay up to date on the latest gear reviews that I'm working on. The best way to stay connected is to head on over to my website, trailermountain.com. In the lower right-hand corner, there's going to be a little pop-up that shows up where you can put in your email address, then click submit. When you do that, you're going to have access to my website, as well as some exclusive content that's only on my website that's not on my YouTube channel. So it's the best way to stay connected to all the latest and greatest gear reviews that I'm working on. So if you like this video and you found it informative, you want to buy one of these for yourself or as a gift for somebody else, they're pretty inexpensive and they make an awesome gift. Or even if you want to upgrade your current pack that's old and just needs an upgrade, this is a great pack to do it. I'll leave a link down in my description box down below so you can go right to Amazon, make your purchase, and if you don't like it, Amazon has a fantastic return policy, so you can always return it if you don't like it. But I don't think you're going to go down that road. I think you're going to be really happy with this pack. All right, guys, so on a side note, I'm also doing a thru hike of the John Muir Trail this year in August. It's about 6 months away. And we're raising money for a great charity and great cause called Big City Mountaineers. Here's the picture right up here. When you click on that, it's going to take you right to a website where you can make a tax-deductible donation. All the donations go right to Big City Mountaineers. We're not keeping a penny of it, and they're all 100% tax-deductible. If you don't know what Big City Mountaineers does, basically what they do is they take inner-city youth kids and take them out into the backcountry for a week at a time and, give them a positive role model, a mentor to really work with them, give them a positive atmosphere to really thrive. And, a lot of these kids are troubled, no mom and dad, they don't really have a positive role model in their lives, and they're making bad choices, hanging out with the wrong crowd, that kind of thing. And, these kids would never have that kind of a wilderness experience. It's life-changing. It was for me. So what Big City does, they take these kids completely outside of their city life element and takes them out into the backcountry for a week, and they're like, well, where's the Wi-Fi? There is none, but you're going to find a much better connection. Well, where am I going to go to the bathroom? There's a hole, dig a hole over there. Where are we having dinner? Right here. What are we doing tomorrow? We're going to go up to that 14,000-foot peak up there. And these kids are like, there's no way in hell I'm going to get up there. But when they do it and they see what they're able to accomplish when they work in a positive environment with, a bunch of new friends that they never had before, these kids are like, oh my God, look at the view from up here. Look what I did. Look what I accomplished. I did this with my new friends in this great environment and this, oh my God, it's amazing. So that kind of thing is really, speaks mounds and measures and volume to kids and to everybody else. So Big City Mountaineers does a great job. So on a second little note, I'm also getting ready to post a video, so stay tuned to my channel because I'm posting a video of a massive gear raffle for the charity. Now I had a bunch of companies, Big Agnes, Boreas being one of them. This pack is going in the raffle. Cook set, light, water filter, sleeping pad, sleeping bag, a bunch of stuff. Anyway, I don't want to give it all away, but stay tuned to my channel because I'm going to be posting a video for that. Raffle tickets, I was going to do it $100 each, but I thought that was a bit high, so I think I'm going to lower it and I'm going to make it incentive based, like, you know, the more you buy, the less it's going to be. And I'm going to have only a limited number of raffle tickets, so you definitely want to make sure you get on there and get your tickets early. So thanks again for tuning into my latest video. I really appreciate all the help, love, and support you guys have shown me over the past couple years. So please keep checking back for more gear reviews, outdoor-related hodgepodge, gear talk, and giveaways here on Trail and Mountain's YouTube channel. Thanks again, guys. Get outdoors.